Is heaven boring? This is an important question because it's a fundamental question about life. Is the good the thing we're trying to aspire to in life? Is it kind of lame? Is it boring? Heaven is different for everybody. We've got all these flowers here under the same environmental conditions. Same amount of sunlight, same rainfall, same temperature, same soil, but because of their biological characteristics, their form is totally different. Heaven has this elemental core to it. It is the love of the human race and all the wisdom that you need to live that, but how that manifests in each of us is completely dependent on who you are. So heaven for you is how you receive and respond to this love and this truth. Heaven is different pieces working together to form a whole. So those individual heavens that we each are that I was just talking about, well, all of those are made to interlock like a giant transformer and create this society where everybody's using their unique gifts and giving their unique contribution to accomplish this really awesome goal, which is the welfare of everyone. So heaven is more and more heaven the more that everybody brings their special selves to it, but is able to use those unified by this love to accomplish things. Heaven is universal. So in heaven, joy is joy for everybody. Kind of like the water in this fountain. It can be in all these different states. Sometimes it's in the pool, sometimes it's rushing through the pipes, sometimes it's coming out the top and shooting through the air, but it's always water. In heaven, joy is always joy. And that is not how it always is, because you can have joy that's not joy for somebody else. For example, you and I don't like each other, and I beat you at something and I'm rubbing it in your face and I'm loving that. My joy is misery for you. And if we both want something and you get it and I'm mad that you have what I want, your happiness there is misery for me. But in heaven, I love your happiness. So when you get something, it makes me happy knowing that you're having the happiness that thing gave you. And if I do succeed at something, you're overjoyed that I got to have that happiness in my success. And as soon as I do get anything, I'm just thinking first thing, how do I share this? How do I give this back? Because what really makes me happy is the happiness of everybody. So no matter who it's going through, that joy is just joy. So just like the water can be cycling through all these different parts, but it's all water. In heaven, the universal joy is joy for everyone. Heaven is unlimited growth. It is perpetual improvement forever. It's not static. You can't say, I made it, I'm done. You know how in movies, they'll say, my whole life was leading up to this moment. Heaven is always having another one of those moments on the horizon. Heaven is union. Heaven is partnership. Heaven is when things get together. When one thing notices another thing and says, you're cool, do you want to hang out more? This is what God is doing to each of us. This is people getting together in their unions. This is even inside your mind when the good things recognize the true things and kind of fall in love in there. Everything that's good in life happens when we reach out to each other, and that's what heaven is. Heaven is getting in touch with what's deep inside you. Yeah, we know the surface stuff. This is how I look. I'm sort of good at this. Sometimes I live over there. But there are worlds to be discovered in your spirit. Don't you want to know why you think the way you do, why you feel the way you do, your purpose, your motivations, your destiny? We can actually learn the details of how we operate as human beings, and the journey of heaven is the journey to finding that out. Heaven is clarity. So if you think of us now, we're kind of like a bug. We're going through life, we don't really see the big picture, we're dealing with whatever comes up. Heaven is like being a bird. You're soaring above it all, able to look and know the nature of what is, choose the best things, and that's what you get involved in. So with everything that heaven is, that clarity, the growth, the partnership, the union, the knowing yourself, is that boring? What? Okay, but I mean, it's not that boring, right?